Yo, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Grizz, and I'm here with...
P. Clark, and today we got the World Series preview, Phillies versus Astros. Gonna be a good one. It's gonna be amazing. This should be actually a really good World Series, but it could go both one or two ways. Astros have not lost all postseason. It's crazy. It's crazy to think about. Helps with their amazing pitching, but also Phillies are red hot. Phillies are definitely probably the hottest offense in the World Series. I mean, Bryce Harper hitting an amazing slash at the moment. Dude's having one of the best postseasons of all time, and you can pretty much say at this moment.
Yeah, on that, the Astros pitching depth is crazy. They definitely have the best bullpen in the league easily, and definitely the best one back. I mean, Verlander, enough said. Cy Young season. Framber had the most quality starts. Like, they got a nasty starting lineup, even with McCullers too, and their bullpen's crazy in the postseason. As a staff, they have a 1.88 ERA versus the Phillies 3.06 ERA this postseason. But Nola and Wheeler have been shoving. But if the Phillies, if one of their starters, if they get off to a bad start, their bullpen could cost them one of these games.
100%. It's going to really... I mean, they're two starters, Framer and Verlander. I mean, they're top pitchers in the league, both top 10, I'd have to say. I mean, Framer's probably one of the best ground ball pitchers in the league. He's been sneaking some Ks up there, too. I mean, prize picks-wise, I mean, you could take that man's Ks. He's been hitting those boys. But even the guys right behind him, Christian Javier and Lance McCuller, I mean, they'd damn near be the number one on most teams in the MLB, if not number two. I mean, they're both of them are amazing pitchers, and that's just their 3 and 4. One person I think that will play a big role in this World Series is Barton Maldonado. He gets kind of thrown into like the dust, you could say, or kind of thrown away just because it is Martin Maldonado. He's not the greatest person at baseball, you can say, but he does do a lot for the Astros. I mean, if you've watched any of the games recently, he is an amazing low ball framer, and that helps a lot for the pitchers. I mean, that's why they produce a lot of ground balls. And if I'm being honest, he was honestly one of their better hitters in the ALCS. I mean, he hit the ball good. I mean, Altuve and Gurriel had, one hit each? It's insane.
Yeah, Jordan and Gurriel only had 1 hit each, and then the weakness you could say for the Astros would be the bottom of their lineup, but they have produced. I mean, Gurriel's been red hot, like you said. Maldonado's been great, and anything they lack offensively at the end of that lineup, they make up for it defensively. Huge. They got one of the best defenses in the league. And all around, they really don't have any weaknesses outside of maybe you could say base running is the only thing that really, like, the Astros struggle at.
100%. I wrote down 2 X factors that I think an X factor for each team. For the Astros, I think it's Jose Altuve. I think they could walk away with this World Series 100%. And if Altuve just hits the ball, he hit the ball 3 times, and I think they could come away with this. He's just got to do a lot better than what he's done. My X factor for the Phillies is 100% Bryce Harper. This team has lived and died by Bryce Harper this offseason. What it comes down to is, I mean, personally, ever since watching Bryce Harper come back into this Phillies offense, it's exploded so many more than just Bryce Harper. Schwarber's actually been doing good. I mean, he started off a little rough, but he's been having a good back-end stretch. Rhys Hoskins has been looking like a monster. I mean, that Phillies team, I mean, on paper they're really good, but they need confidence, and that's what Bryce Harper has given them this postseason.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, the Phillies are 5-0 at Citizens Bank Park this postseason, so it's going to be hard going 2 in Houston, then 3 in Philly. They really could mix up the series and swing it a certain way. And also the Phillies, although in the regular season, the Astros offense was better, like rank-wise, all the stats. But so far in the postseason, the Phillies lead in batting average, hits, RBIs, and stolen bases, as well as home runs versus the Astros this postseason. And, I mean, home run leader is Bryce Harper for the postseason, and right there with him is his teammate, Rhys Hoskins. And Rhys Hoskins has been crazy good. at first, first series he was a little iffy, and then now he's just came on and he's had some big at bats.
Huge ABs, very huge ABs. I'm going with the Phillies in this series. I'm just going to come out right away and say it. I want the Phillies to win. I'm a big Bryce Harper guy, like I said last video, even though Yankees got swept. Sad, but I really want the Phillies to win this game. I don't really like the Astros. It's going to be hard, though. I think the Phillies would have to come out fast. They need to snag one in Houston, 100%. Because if this game comes down to a Game 6 even, a Game 7, Houston is, once again, such a good bullpen, such good starters that they are going to be able to last a Game 7. Phillies, on the other hand, they have a good front end of pitching, but when it comes to that back end, when it's going to come to that World Series Game 7, they're going to need someone in that bullpen, or even Nola or Wheeler to come out twice in a series and just pitch 2 absolute dimes.
Yeah, because Brad Hand, you don't want to rely on Brad Hand.
No, not Brad Hand, man.
For me, I'm going with the Astros. I know the Phillies been red hot, but I think top to bottom, the Astros just have a better lineup. And then you already know Dusty Baker, great manager. Shout out Dusty. Used to be posted with Bryce in Washington, but now they're going against each other. I do think that Nola and Wheeler, they'll probably start at least, I think they'll win maybe 3 out of the 5 of the games. I think this does go 6 or 7 easily. It's too tough of a series I know the Astros haven't lost, but out of everybody they face, this is clearly their toughest opponent, and I don't think they're sweeping the Phillies. If they did, that'd be crazy, but I don't think they're pulling off the sweep. I think it's gonna go 6 or 7 for sure, and those three straight at Philly. If the Astros can get 2 of those, and then if the Phillies can get one off rip, game 1 or 2 in Houston, that gives them a great advantage for the series.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said before, it's going to come out of them just coming out hot of the gate right away. That's what it's going to come down to. There's not really many holes in the Astros offense. There's not many holes in the Astros bullpen. Not in their starting pitchers. They don't have really many holes. They're a veteran-ran team. A lot of those players have been here, done that. They've been in situations. And it just helps. It helps the Astros so much that they're almost hated because it gives them almost something to keep going for. Theoretically, I think they really need this championship to prove something. Maybe I'll like the Astros after it, but they really need something under their belts other than that trash can scandal World Series,
Yeah, because, going into the season, one of the biggest holes of the Astros was Carlos Correa being gone because he had a platinum glove. He had a great season. They didn't want to give him the bag. Pena comes on. Dude's nuts. He's been amazing. He won MVP for the ALCS for them last series. But I don't know. It's going to be a good series, good games every game. Even if you don't watch baseball like that, you got to tap into this World Series. This is probably one of the better ones in the past years. And, it's just hard because the Phillies have good starters. Nola Wheeler is a crazy 1 and 2. But the back end of their bullpen's been a little shaky. And the Astros can almost throw an ace-level starter in every game. So it's just going to be a little tough for the Phillies. That's why I'm going with the Astros, but it's hard to pick. This is probably this is probably the best Astros team we've seen, and this is one of the best teams to come out the NL in a couple of years. I think this Phillies team's it's nice.
100%. Coming off your Carlos Correa, talking about replacing the glove. I read something the other day, and it made sense to me. I'm a baseball player, but even Correa was even saying it, I heard, but the shift plays a good role. You don't really need superstars on the defensive side 9 times out of 10. You need a guy who can make the routine plays. He's got a little athleticism. That's one thing Pena brings. He's not at all a bad defender, but I think next year with the shifts going goodbye, we're actually going to see some more defense.
Love to see it.
Plays. They're actually going to be able to show that they're a baseball player and why they're a baseball player. So I think that's what it really comes down to. I don't think the Astros will sweep the Phillies. If the Astros sweep the Phillies, I will do the next stream naked. My word. I just don't see it happen. The Phillies offense is nothing what they faced versus the Yankees. It's nothing what they faced in Seattle. If I'm being honest, Seattle was just glad they made the postseason. The Yankees always sell. I don't even know why I had hope. Yankees were horrible. This Phillies offense, though, is going to be definitely the biggest test of the year for Houston. And will it really show how good this team is? Because this series, like I said, I think it will go 6 or 7. But I totally could see if it's a runaway by either team, by the Astros or the Phillies. They win it quick, they get out of there, and go down as one of the best World Series of all time, hopefully.
Yeah, because I'm right there with you. To me, this is like one of the most like geeked or hyped I've been for a World Series in a little bit. Like, obviously the Braves last year was cool, all that, but I don't know. This is just like the perfect matchup. You got the Phillies, Bryce Harper's first World Series. And then you got the Astros with something to prove, showing they don't need the little trash can to win. They don't need that. But it's definitely going to be a great series. I mean, you can go either way. I'm just rolling with the Astros just because, back on your X factors, one of mine for the Phillies would be their defense. If their defense comes to play, the sky's the limit, because Rhys Hoskins is pretty bad at first, and their corner outfielders we know. But then they have the best defensive catcher behind the plate in Real Muto. And, I mean, Bryson Stott's been good defensively. And Bohm's been a little better. But to me, that's the thing for the Phillies. If their defense is on, they can easily walk away with this series.
Yeah, definitely not a defensive team. Definitely could say that one.
All right, that's been the Grizz and Ty World Series preview. My final pick, I got the Astros in 6 or 7. I can't pick. It's too hard.
My finals pick would be Phillies. Probably Game 7, if I'm being honest. I don't think, if it comes down to it, it's going to be very hard. But Phillies in 7.
Yes, sir. And that's been this video. Stay tuned. We're going to have a couple more videos coming out, hopefully this week. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Check the link tree in the description, boys. We have kind of a big announcement. We dropped a Discord, Time Grizz Discord, player props, just NBA chat, NFL, all that down there, as well as our other social media that we run. So yeah, make sure you guys tap into that. And this has been Grizz.
This has been Ty.
And we're signing out.
Deuces Salams.